Same, because
The
this
eye
definitely
artwork.
definitely looks like this could be something. This
That
could
looked like
looks like it could be something possession. It looks like a lot of shit.
it looks
It
like a
was
fucking
something
demon hand.
special, but maybe not in the best special way.
Aaron, it looks like the hand for your mascot statue thing.
Oh, sturdy.
Yeah.
Actually, it does kind of look like a hand for him. Yeah, it does. It does. But we're here for episode 538. I forgot the movie title.
I
I had it there the whole time, and I wasn't even reading the title. I was just kind of, setting stuff up. That's what we really use that title card for, people. We have that in the beginning. We're still setting a couple more things up, fixing our faces and all that other stuff. Some people are powdering their noses.
Whoa, now, don't be jealous.
About cocaine.
Oh,
Professionals get use makeup for the cameras, man. You gotta look good.
That's true.
I was busy. I'm either on time, like, and by on time I mean super early, or like I'm Will Smith at the end of like Men in Black Part 2, when he's just taking his sweet ass time to turn off the bomb. And it's like last second, straight up walk up to it, like real calm and shit. Like I
3 seconds left.
I was walking downstairs. I went and took a piss. Like it was like 7:57. I'm like, I'm good. I'll get there.
I'll make it.
I don't have. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. This may not be a good thing to admit, America. I'm not wearing pants because that's how fast I had to move to get to the show.
See.
Pants are in the
I don't know if
bathroom.
he's lying or not, but he's white, so I'm gonna take his word for it, so he's gonna have to prove it.
He's Donald Duck in it.
Winnie the Pooh.
Well, I do wear underwear.
You're Daniel Tigering it.
There you go. Oh shit!
Neither one of those were good. Neither one of those made the pill go down.
Okay. I got one that's gonna fit perfect. He's doing the Diddy, guys.
Nope. See, that's along the lines of what I was thinking with theirs, and you went full on like, "Hey, Mr. Black Van," and I'm like, "Nah, not into it. I'm not wearing pants because Sturdy rushes me."
Don't blame Sturdy.
I blame Sturdy.
Anyway, pantsless wonder over there. How you doing, man?
I'm pantsless. And
there's
I'm
a breeze,
speechless.
apparently.
It is kind of chilly down here. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a good thing, though.
I am digging my Robert Redford hair, a la 1973. I wish the face matched.
Well, I don't know what to say about that. I don't know who the hell he is.
You know who Robert Redford is?
I don't know who a lot of people are, Mick.
I think you'll have to tell him like a movie. Because he won't know because it's too old for him.
Sturdy is literally the guy who's just like all white people look alike.
Well, a lot do, but I'm terrible with actors and actresses' names.
Well, okay, for a white guy, I'm not gonna lie. Back in the fucking 50s and 60s, a lot of the white actors did look alike. They all had that fucking chisel. They went for like those fucking model-looking dudes.
Okay, I think I can do this. Have you ever seen Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Remember the guy who ran S.H.I.E.L.D., the blonde, good-looking guy, who's older dude?
No.
God.
I only watched that movie one time. That was because I was doing a podcast.
So hard. Because I know there's literally nothing else. If I can't get you with Captain America: The Winter Soldier, there's no way I'm getting you with The Way We Were.
Yeah.
You said Roger Moore?
No.
Robert Redford.
Roger Moore. You got both names
Roger
wrong.
Moore, Sean Connery.
You got the first and last name wrong.
To Sturdy, there has been no change in James Bond's.
Yeah, I know. He's like, they're all the same dude.
Oh, I've seen. He kind of
young Connery don't look like Connery. It's like a little. It does like trick you a little bit. You're like, who the fuck is this dude?
Doesn't know. It doesn't. Yeah, it definitely doesn't look like. Who
You
remember? Yeah, because remember him from older.
The rugged Molly Maguire one that he just kind of went with. Yeah.
I think the only thing I've seen him in movie.
I think my most recognizable Connery is Untouchable.
Talk about an amazing film that does not get the love.
Was he in that fake superhero movie? what's it called? Like
Great graphic
Watchmen or something?
no,
There
the
you go,
League of
that's it.
Extraordinary.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, League of Extraordinary. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one that made him
Yeah.
retire.
I just his face popped up in my head with that movie.
Which, in fairness, like anything after the one I said, it all looks like.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Aaron did
agree,
not see Butch
Grandizer.
Cassidy and the
I love
Sundance
it,
Kid. There's no way.
Great.
I've
I
heard
love
of
it,
I've
but I
never
know
watched
he
that
knew
shit
it.
before. Never watched it.
There's
Butch Cassidy
no
and
way.
Sundance Kid.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I believe you.
The Sting.
Yep.
Sting's another good.
I believe you.
Oh shit.
I don't know why I
But
argue.
the Gracefield Incident. We had some pre-show. We had
Yeah, this is
few,
gonna be deep. We need. Oh boy, this is gonna be.
yeah.
Deep.
So
I don't know how you want to
without even
start this.
saying anything, let's just go like this. This is gonna be early ratings. Just go around table, say your rating. No reason why, just say your rating.
Oh, we better go first, Aaron.
And then I'll say lowest rating will go first with the review. And highest rating will go right after them. So it'll be kind of like, but okay. James, you want to kick it off?
Yep, I'll kick it off. Okay, I did not think this was bad. It could have been better. We had some fucking parts. I go, the fuck is this? What is this shit? The CGI fucking alien threw me off, but I'm still gonna give it a 6.
Okay. 5.5 for me. 5.5 for me. Trevor?
3.
Ooh. Mick?
I was thinking about my rating scale of so with mine, I'd probably put it at a 4.
Oh, okay, they're close.
4?
Yeah, I'm just trying to equate it to like what, because I do to 5, you do to
Yeah.
10. I always got to try and do the math.
Oh
real
yeah, that's
quick.
right. You do 5-star type shit.
So it's Trevor, you're gonna kick it off for us, and then James, you'll be right next.
God, that's a lot to.
Oh,
well,
because I gave the higher.
okay. Well, that's okay. So let's look at the film in itself.
Mhm.
It is a.
We have to.
I know. It's a found footage film. At least that's what it says it is. It was written, directed, and stars a gentleman named Matthew Rothay. It is okay. So the film starts with him and his wife, who is expecting in a car accident, and of course, she has a miscarriage, and he loses his eye. Somewhere between A and B, which is 10 months later, he has decided to create an eye out of what I'm assuming is the broken iPhone that was in the crash, that he can put in his own eye to videotape something he never really says what it is or why. Might be a birthday party because there is one in the film, but it's never really said. So him and a group of his friends, Joe being one of his closest, and Trey being, I believe, his wife's brother. Yeah, something like that. And then Jess, Julia, and Liz basically show up at this. They drive 5 hours to get to a property that is apparently owned by one of the people's boss, which I'm assuming is Matthews.
Yeah.
And it says no trespassing. There's a camera, and they make some jokes about Bigfoot. From there, it basically becomes this strange kind of party. You're supposed to, I mean, if you look at IMDb, it says it's a found footage film from the angle of a hidden camera. Well, this movie barely uses it, but this leads to something in the sky falls down. Of course, everybody who is truly masculine has to go, ooh, we're going to go find that. So they run into the forest, and there's all kind of, screaming and all that kind of stuff, and typical found footage stuff. And they find a hole, and they pull a very cold rock out of the hole.
It should be hot as hell, not be able to touch it.
Well, yeah, it just devolves to what eventually is they start losing people, and Matthew's dog Teddy sounds like he's dying. So they go looking for Teddy in the night into a cave, in which part of it is already filmed in night vision, but the character says, I'm going to put night vision on now. In between that makes no fucking sense. And as they go into the cave, they are accosted by something. And from there, it becomes a cat and a mouse game between what are aliens and those people that are living at that cabin. Some things I didn't like about the film. I felt its continuity really, really sucked in many, many ways. I think one thing in the film that really left me dry was when Matt looks at Joe or Joe looks at Matt, and they're in the middle of a corn maze. Let's be honest, they could have figured this one out. A corn maze, and they go, you know, if we had balloons, we could take your cell phone and float it up. Oh, I only have 2. Now, where the hell are you getting the helium, guys? Come on, think about it. Then, by chance, there are balloons that just whatever.
The aliens.
Which brings me back to the big one. The desire for this film to make you think that it's a Bigfoot film, because none of the characters in this thing actually say it's an alien. I mean, it actually takes Matthew plugging his eye into a USB, watching all this horrible stuff, to go, oh, wait, I watched something like this on the news the other day. Well, golly. Yeah, there's so much. I mean, and Mr. Rathe, I'm very sorry, but as an actor, you're like a love child between Zachary Quinto and Tommy Wiseau. So there. Some of my hate.
So there. That's my take.
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn, that was, I didn't think it was that bad.
Okay, simple things, Mick.
I mean, the room.
Okay, so simple things. Like, okay, so at one point, he and Jessica are in a room. He takes out his eye. You know, he puts the eye is now looking at him and Jessica. He then walks away, and then we see eye cam in the bathroom. Now, really small thing, but just that little tiny thing made me go, wait, he doesn't have an eye on. And that's the kind of stuff that really got me about this movie, that nobody seemed to be, especially the writer, director, actor, going over it with a fine-tooth comb going, where does the logic not fit?
I noticed all those things too. But it didn't.
And I'm not even talking about why this is not a found footage film, but I'll shut up now.
Yeah, technically, I mean, it does have a happy ending.
Except for the dog. I didn't see the dog come back. Always the dog. The animals always fucking get killed or whatever.
But dogs got in a sense to leave.
I mean, listen, I didn't think this was that great of a movie. And it didn't rub me that wrong.
Yeah, me either.
Same.
Like, we watch a lot of really bad shit. So, like, this one to me was just kind of like, whatever. They seemed happy. I mean, I've seen a lot of, I hate to judge, like, real low budget indie films.
Listen, man.
But listen, you do put yourselves out there. It's not great. It's not a great film. It's a cool concept, but we've seen it before. Just because you don't say it's aliens or you allude to Bigfoot a few times doesn't mean that we haven't all picked up that it's aliens, especially when your whole catalyst was a meteorite.
It's not the problem of us picking up on it. It's the fact that the characters don't pick up on it. Like, they actually, but they finally get their cell phone up in the sky like a drone, and they go, oh, what's this? Trust me, guys. Most
I just
people
like I don't have
in
a hatred
America
for it.
know
But
what a crop circle is. They don't know a lot of other things, but they know what a crop circle
Yeah.
is. So
Another
yet
thing was
again,
yeah, you're not
why,
kidding
yeah,
there,
why is he
dude.
not
Movie,
like going, wait, this is aliens. At no point is it talked about that it is an alien invasion of any type. And it just is like screamed at you the whole time.
Do you think that would have made do you think you'd have liked the film a little better if it did gear it towards just like saying it this
I do
alien or
think it
some
would
sort
have,
of
if it almost seemed like the characters were just dumb, as opposed to, because they would talk about things that would still push them away from the idea of this being aliens.
Mhm.
The first thing that they see, or Matthew sees with his portable camera, is a figure that is in no way like a Bigfoot. There's
yeah.
no conceivable way. So, unless we're supposed to think these characters are all imbeciles, I don't.
the thing that got me in the beginning too. So when the spaceship, it was a spaceship, you can tell, hit the satellite, and it was on the news and everything.
Mhm.
So a giant, for one, at the end, you see how big that fucking thing is. They hit that satellite, and only thing that breaks off somehow the egg of a baby inside comes out of the fucking thing and shoots down like a meteor? Or is it like Save the Baby like Superman and they threw it out of the fucking rocket?
yeah. I want to meet the alien. I want to meet the alien who hit the eject button
on the baby.
Oh shit!
This was supposed to be another Superman movie.
Yeah, there you go. But this movie reminded me of like the movie The Changeling, found footage Bigfoot movie, and Signs. All mixed together.
You know what I agreeing with what you're saying, James, just to piggyback off that, I think this movie suffers, and Trevor too. I think this movie suffers from the over complication of the story. And to alien, and for lack of a better phrase, like you're alienating certain phrases in your dialogue so you don't give away what is clearly given away. Like, and we were talking about a movie earlier this is clearly based off of, and that was we were talking about an alien abduction incident at Lake County from the 90s, and how it was found footage, and they realized it was alien. Like, it didn't take anything away, but like to go to a found footage set of films that Sturdy is a big fan of, the Blackwell Ghost. That is a very simple premise for each one, and I think it conveys it well. And I think because the more they go on, you get so connected to this main character, it adds to it. In this one, I could not connect to any character.
I don't know.
The story was so disjointed. I'm like, why are you so mean to this guy? I'm like, or this, that, and the other, and like all this other stuff. And then when you add it, and I'm going to spoil it for whoever's watching out there, when your whole weird signs connection, like I can put the signs connection together, it's simple, but I can put it together. All right, it's not as much of an enigma as you think, M. Night. You could put together the connection in signs, but I still don't say it's a terrible connection. It doesn't bother me, but what does bother me is when you put this type of connection together, where it's like, well, I lost baby and an eye, and that thing used its giant eye to stare at its baby. It was just almost lost. I understand this. Yeah, like it is so
symbiotic.
I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back and watch Barbie again, which I love, but it is heavy-handed on purpose in a beautiful way, and just be like, anybody who said that was too heavy-handed, be like, you need to watch the Gracefield Incident, because the heavy-handedness in this movie about fatherhood and grieving, a child's loss, it felt like I got hit in the face by like the subjects of the videos that Sturdy watches.
I think it's because in total, all of the information to get you to that emotion consists of 4 pages. That's the issue. Because if he,
Hey, let's do
I
everything they've
honestly
done.
saw, because now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, yeah, okay, that's really dumb symbolism. That's really just,
Can I make a guess on what happened?
what?
They shot this movie over the course of, I don't know, maybe months, a year,
Mm-hmm.
going up to the cabin, I guess one of their friends' cabins, filming every time they could. And I wonder if they knew they were going to add this visual effects component later, that they were going to make it Bigfoot.
Ooh.
Originally.
What now? Would it be better if
Because
it was Bigfoot? Like if they kept with the Bigfoot story?
I mean, I don't care if it's aliens. It's just, but the fact is, it's disjointed because you figure out it's aliens as soon as that thing flies overhead. This is like, and I bet they probably did that where something flew overhead, and they're like, "We'll make it like a Bigfoot," and they couldn't do it, and so they just switched gears.
It sounds like there could have been a lot of footage from a lot of different things, and then at some point a distributor was like, we need something. Now, an interesting thing about this film, it even says it in its information on IMDb, is it never had a theatrical release in the United States, but in Canada. Which is, it's Canadian director and everything, but literally all you would have to do is like rent a theater and show it. You could say it, but
I would like to just add to that. I'm not Trevor Stottlemyre from Bass Radio. I'm Mick Manhattan. I love you, Canada.
I love Canada too.
Stacey.
Yeah, I love you too, Canada. But take Drake back.
I mean, watch what money you give out to directors nowadays. I can say that, but your batting average is like amazing. So you know.
So another part,
Cronenberg makes this okay. You know,
another part of this movie that made no sense. So the alien hit the satellite, right, and it was on the news. This was all the same day they were leaving for the trip. They took 5 hours to get to the cabin. So this is where the Bigfoot shit mixes up because they find that map of the boss, all the sightings. So it was playing off like the alien's been there for fucking ever. But it seems like
I think they originally. I think the first weekend they filmed, it was supposed to be Bigfoot.
I think they fucked up too. I'm agreeing with you, Mick.
And then they rewound it, and they're like, "We'll use some of that footage because like the whatever this works, that works." And then like they were like, "Well, nobody will care if it's Bigfoot; it will throw people."
One weekend they watch Shriek of the Mutilated. The next weekend they watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind. They're like, "Yeah,
let's go with that."
Sorry,
I agree because I noticed these little fucking things that make no sense.
Bro, let's change it. They're all sitting on the. Oh no, they're Canadian. So like, I don't know how Canadian.
Having some poutine with a maple flavored beverage.
We're having some poutine and Tim Hortons, and again, love you.
Shout out to you, Kyle, and Phil.
Talking about Drake and Ryan Reynolds, and yeah, and they're just doing their thing, and then they're like, it'd be cool, bro. Yeah, I know we were gonna go Bigfoot, but we got a friend of ours who's practicing
CGI
visual effects. Let's make it aliens. We got those crop circles and everything.
And then then the one tall ass friend like Mick's like, I bought this fucking suit for nothing. A nice ass Bigfoot costume. That's why he wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, they cut him out.
They used the CGI that was his height instead. That's why it was so tall like that.
I noticed that too because I was like, they fucked it up. I was like, they had this whole map, like the boss was there, goes up there every weekend looking for Bigfoot. Then it just blended aliens. I'm like, that happened that day, the same fucking day.
Look what we found.
I'm telling you, that's the change. It was good. The original story was going to be, we're going up to my boss's cabin. He goes up here to hunt for Bigfoot sometimes, make it scary. They were going to get trapped out in the woods. And that was that first part of the movie. And then I bet they went back and were like, let's film something. Let's add like a meteor and then do all this stuff. And they got crazy. They should have stuck with Bigfoot. And you could have done it in a Blair Witch way where you never even show them.
Say that too,
Boggy Creek style, yeah.
I was saying this when we were watching it yesterday. I was like, this could have been before they showed it. I was like, because the first half of the movie was better than the second half. That's the problem. Like usually, some movies they build up, it gets better. I'm not saying the first half is bad, but they get better and better. And then you have like that ending, like, oh hell yeah, this was just like it started out. I thought it was like, okay, this is pretty decent. Okay. Then it just goes down. It's like you go up the hill to like go down to like a water slide, or go up the ladder, go down a water slide. You're all excited, but then you go down the slide and it's just dry and slow and hot.
Kind of like that helium balloon slowly going down.
Or that. The one you just got from the store. Your mother finally gets it for you.
Yeah.
As soon as you get outside with it. Or no, it flies away. It just your grip loosens a little more and more and more, and then it's boom, gone.
Like it would have been
a good comedy.
You know, it could have been interesting if you actually made the aliens look like Bigfoot, dropped the whole parent angle. That was just you weird. Added that in to make it dramatic, and it was just in land because there was no through line. Oh, loss and grieving a child in my eye.
Oh my god, baby,
the alien's doing the same. Now I'm gonna have a
not
baby.
Only that, but everybody came back like naked. I'm like, what the fuck?
Or she got into an accident and lost the baby and couldn't have kids anymore. It was depressing for them, and it's really, this was their friend's way of getting them together where they can all try and have an intervention to mend the relationship. All right, sorry, I'm on a roll here. Mend the relationship in some way, and all hell breaks loose when you have a Bigfoot attacking, right? And then you find out that this is not Bigfoot. It's an alien invasion. They just look like Bigfoot. I mean, that would have made more sense than saying Bigfoot and then making it look like a fucking, I don't know what.
Or playing with perspective.
the alien we got.
You play with perspective. At one point, it's supposed to be what the character's thinking. It could seem like a Bigfoot, but once the footage is found, it is actually. But continue, Mick, because I'm going to go on quite a while this is not found footage.
Or completely cut out the Bigfoot shit. Go on to the alien thing. It's still the same thing, but so she can't have babies anymore. It's creating a lot of stress in their relationship, especially after losing one. Especially after losing one. But so now, like, she gets abducted. That becomes the frantic search. And you find out that they healed her. You know, cut out like the baby egg thing.
Yeah, that threw it off too, because it made it seem like the aliens were nice. They were trying to talk to him, but then it was like they're fucking killing him. It was really confusing.
Well, it took them. Remember, it brought them all back.
So
nobody actually died. It was a happy ending,
which I hated.
Fucking death, drugs, and it's all a dream.
Which I hated. The happy ending
would have
thing.
been better.
Yeah,
I hated the happy ending thing. I hated the whole like alien staring at the baby. The only thing I liked about the alien was its eyeball. I thought the eye looked cool, but everything else I hated. Not every movie needs a damn happy ending, and with this, I feel like having a darker ending would have been so much better. Even if they somehow defeat the alien, but they still can't. You know, they still don't have the kids. They lost all their friends, or just that guy with the eye that survives, and maybe he has to prove his innocence by showing the video or something. I don't know.
Well, I agree with Mick 1000%. Is if you're going to try to create meaning in a story, try at least to make it meaningful.
Yeah.
And that is one of the major flaws in Matthew Rathay's script.
Yeah, I actually moved my score down to a 4.5.
The dude became Kano. You got a robotic guy.
I want to say that's another complaint of mine. Is I thought the eyeball thing was a very cool concept. I think we should have gotten a hell of a lot more of that shot.
Underused. Yeah.
Like that should have been. I don't want to say maybe even the main shot, and maybe it should have just been a movie about him. He goes up to this cabin. He's trying to find his friends or whatever because they got lost in the woods up here, maybe because of an alien thing, and this is what he finds out. But whatever, totally, you have that eyeball thing. Well, that should have been.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll say is, like, if you're gonna add to a fix of a movie, don't change the movie. Keep the characters, keep the setting, because that's what they have. All right,
so keep the characters, keep the setting, and say just more of the eyeball. Like that I feel like that camera, because they showed it off so much, like them playing around. I feel like that should have been a hell of a lot more important to see. Maybe some very important shots that no one else seen but him, or maybe because he.
I think all the terror should have been that eyeball.
It should have been a completely POV movie.
On top of that,
he's the one that can see everything.
And that would have been really fascinating.
If he sleeps with that eyeball in, right? If that eye is open, he sleeps with that in or some shit, it's always recording. And there's something over his.
You know what would have been a cool concept? The aliens tap into the eyeball and they don't realize it, so they know where they are and are attacking them.
Wait, why don't the aliens
he's-
already tap into the eyeball? Why don't the aliens tap into Joe's camera? They're tapping into everything else.
Yeah, every
And then
electronic.
Joe's camera, like, glitches like 3 times in the entire film, even though it keeps saying the stability's off. And it's really hard to tell when Matt is using his super eye, because his super eye is the best iPhone camera and it looks better than reality.
Mm-hmm.
James,
And
I'm starting to see
there are some of the
connection.
arguments I had that it's not, it doesn't really fall under found
Now you
footage.
can like shoot the shit out of his eyes. Instead of that, one of them could just record.
Oh yeah, Sturdy.
So
I got
that's why you
a
have
theory
red
about the
eye.
clothes too.
What happened?
You said they why they get naked. I think I got a theory for that. The
What's-
tractor beam, when they
What?
bring them up to the ship, I don't think it can bring material. I think it's just bio,
Mm.
No polyester.
like organic.
no
That's what I
rayon.
mean, organic.
I like
Okay.
it.
If they were wearing
Or
cotton, it would've been fine.
They stripped them naked to rape them before. I mean, grape them before they came back.
It like it always.
You could have
has
said
to go
probe.
there.
Well,
It's
that's what
aliens.
aliens do. Isn't that
Probe.
what aliens do?
Probe.
Probe.
Also, another word for grape.
Maybe.
That's
No, wait,
not true at all.
Hey, if someone's shoving something in your ass without your consent, I think that that works.
But that's not what probing is.
Probing. The probing of one's asshole is what the probing is doing. It's not the act of probing. So you
But no,
can
I
probe
think- I
any
think,
orifice.
You can
and
probe
it's still
something
probing.
consensually.
I think the theory of the organic. I think the clothes couldn't go.
That makes sense.
It was all
I mean,
polyester they were wearing.
Yeah, they're like, we can't have
Yeah.
that. They're allergic to it.
to come up here naked. So you know,
Nothing
steal-
cotton.
I
Or
did
it could
not-
be like,
I did not
hey,
like the
listen.
alien. The close up, like you said, Aaron, with the eye and everything, that was cool. But from a distance, when they were showing the thing, it
When they
was
showed the-
horrible.
When they show the alien up close, it looked too silly. Like I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to be scared of this? Like
Yeah.
what? This
Well,
is too,
because
this should be
it
in
made it
Disney.
like they weren't
That's
really
where that
violent.
signs thing came in.
Yeah.
Where there's these creatures that they don't know are aliens are so horrible and everything, but then when the one comes out, that's another thing.
It just wanted its
He
baby.
makes a point about, I bet you if I give them this rock, everything will be fine. Just give it to them. You have so many opportunities.
I know. Throw the shit back in the woods. Say, here's your
Yeah,
here's your rock.
it's like, and
Here's your rock.
Here's your
Yeah,
baby.
well, he didn't know it was a baby until the fucking alien did the super password key with his fingers.
Yeah, I know. Now go ahead and
Yeah,
throw it.
throw it.
besides the fact
Do
that it
then.
was shot from the handheld camera in a way that you actually have to hold up like this. Like
Yeah.
there was no desire to make that seem like you were looking from a broken camera on the ground.
Yeah, they
At
should.
all.
They should, like you said, they should have just kept his eye as the camera, and the other dude should have never brought a camera. There shouldn't have been a second camera.
You know, this movie, I feel like tried to be like Cloverfield, probably.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Cloverfield.
but felt. Oh Jesus, butterfly
Oh.
kisses.
Kisses.
Yes.
Are we gonna finish this month on Ghostwatch, the whitest
Oh.
movie ever
Yep.
made?
Great film. But as you're saying, sorry. Well, I just wanted to point out before we start talking about Butterfly Kisses, which I picked that I'm very, very excited about, why the movie we just talked about, I don't feel is a found footage film. So you can take the concept of like the core of found footage back to like Dracula and journals and people stumbling upon these things and learning these things. So one of the major aspects of found footage is it's footage that must be taken at some point and reviewed by an audience. The found footage part. It is this movie successfully did everything a found footage film shouldn't do. To the biggies, as I just said, the footage is found. It's manipulated or digested by an audience or another filmmaker in that respect. And you have so many different ways of doing it. Late Night with the Devil, which is very much like Ghost Watch in its own way. Then you have, Blair Witch, and you can go to Cannibal Holocaust. And one of the big things in these films and why it breaks that wall of, since this is being filmed, this must be reality, is there's nobody there from what happened to clarify what is being reviewed. Now, of course, that changes, and like any good genre, you can do certain things. But if you're going to call your film a found footage film with as bad a script as this, at least stick to the basics. So, there. Sorry, I was happy tonight.
In fairness, and I'm going to be the defense attorney here of my client, the Gracefield Incident. I don't know. We have to look it up to see if they call it a found footage film, because I think Sturdy called it a found footage film. So, and chosen by this guy right here,
IMDb.
So, therefore, I think who needs to be locked up for this travesty? These two up here.
Yeah.
I will say this is better than Cannibal Holocaust. I know you hate that, Trevor, but that movie
is wild.
Really.
I'll give you its influence.
It's a movie you can't rate.
Brilliant.
It's too taboo-ish. It's too fucking.
It's one of the most subversive exploitation films ever made.
Yeah.
Granddad, I couldn't find a budget for this film
because there was none.
I hate when they don't tell the budget. That drives me nuts.
Kind of see something with it.
No, because even the other way around. Say this movie was awesome and they did it only on $5,000. You're like, oh shit, that's awesome. Tell me your budget. What the hell did you use?
I could tell you an amazing sci-fi action movie, really, if you want to get technical, the way it's shot and filmed. And it's one of those beautiful films I've seen in years. It came out in 2018, I believe. It's called Cosmos. And I urge everyone to check this movie out. It was made for $5,000 on a crew of 2 brothers.
Wow.
And I think this movie has no celebrities in it, nothing. And I think it holds up there with some of the great mainstream blockbusters.
Budget does not mean a thing. It's all about creativity and working hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, budget means a thing if you want a spec.
Yeah. Like Marvel.
But that's to Trevor's point, though, the budget doesn't mean a thing if you want to make it special.
And story, if you're going to make a film as a narrative art form, doesn't cost anything. And it's amazing on what minimal budgets and what virtually, almost like somebody actually following Dogme cinema, that something that is so sparse can be so intense based on its writing. And, we just saw, Mick in a couple minutes fix the entire movie for us. Now imagine if this film, if they had literally bothered to copy edit, or at least think about it, how much it could have done with it. Because literally, Mick, in 5 minutes, you fixed the film for me. It was like, yeah, that would have been entertaining.
All right, I got it. In fairness, I was, did it for a living. So
still,
but I will say, to your point too, Trevor, with filmmaking, if you're going to write a film, I don't know if this happens, but I know it's happened many, many times in many, many living rooms or on porches or whatever. If you're hanging out with your buddies making a movie, sometimes too many voices can really fuck something up.
With that, a little factoid about this film. There were 22 individuals that were associated with just the sound department. Clusterfuck. Sorry, I just had to insert that.
That's rough. I didn't look up much on this movie. I watched it last night with but you know what it is? It has things in it, and I don't call them mistakes or flaws or anything like that, because there's gems in it that I see too. That that you can, like, if you've worked on a professional set, if you worked in a setting, or you get in, but you get to also know what all of the jobs are, you can get to a point where you watch a movie and you're like, all right, I know what happened that day. And like, especially if you have a writing background, and you know, I have more of producing than directing or anything, but like writing was a forte, and not a forte. It was actually like fucking, I was hired to do that shit. So like it was a professional thing. And like I worked with writers, I talked with writers, other screenwriters, things like that. And you do realize like when an indie film comes up, how many voices are there. And I will tell you, if there's any advice I can give, if you're making a movie and you're the director, you cannot just take everybody's advice. And when I say take it, you can listen to it, but you cannot just take everybody's advice and try and incorporate it in to make everybody happy. If that's the case, you're not making a movie. And get yourself a bad guy. Get yourself a producer who can say, no, leave him alone. We're not doing that. No, we're going to stick to this direction. If we're going to pivot, we're going to pivot in a good way. And also, if you're doing this, get a good producer who challenges you when you're writing.
Yeah.
You know, if they know you as a director, you're a writer director, that which happens a lot in the indie world. Find a producer for yourself. I would always say, if you're going to become a writer or director, you know, making that, get an editor. Don't edit yourself. You can be there, but get a good editor who you have good chemistry with. Get a good DP who you have good chemistry with. And get a great producer you have good chemistry with, who isn't there to do your bidding, is there to back you up and challenge you when things need to be challenged, but back you up when you need to be backed up, to be the bad guy when you can't be the bad guy because you got so much on your plate. That's the big thing. And I say that because when I watch movies like this, they're fun and it's out there and people can enjoy it, but it's not going to get you seen. It's like, or you know, maybe it will. Somebody's going to find some gem in it, but like, I've never heard of the Gracefield Incident, and I'm glad I saw it, but I never heard of it because of what it is. Like, it could have been so much better, and I see that potential. And that's the thing. Like, slow down, don't take forever, but at least get your story straight.
This movie made me want to go back and watch other found footage movies.
Well, you're in luck for
movies. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Grandizer. I'm not that. I feel like that kind of sounds familiar. I don't know if it was the movie Exists. Came out in 2014. Bigfoot movie.
You know, he said 2007. Came around the same time. Okay. Is it Bigfoot Lives? I think that was. Okay. I think that was like 2007, 2008, or something like that.
I didn't see that one. Bigfoot Lives. That is 07. I didn't see that one, but now I want to see it. I think.
Other than that, I have no clue how many. 2007, I wasn't really looking for Bigfoot movies.
There are a lot of Bigfoot movies.
Oh, I know. There is a lot.
Yeah.
But Exist is a good one.
It is. Exist is pretty awesome, actually, if you haven't seen it.
That's a good found. Is it found footage?
I was just about to ask you. I believe it is a Bigfoot found footage.
Found footage Bigfoot movie. And I thought it was really good.
Way better than this.
I changed my score. All this talking and everything, it makes so much sense. Drop it down to 5.5.
5.5. 5.5.
Yeah, but this movie made me actually want to. I'm going to watch McPherson tapes from 1989 again tonight, just so I can watch what I think is a good found footage film about aliens.
That's another thing. I never really watched a lot of found footage alien movies. It's usually like Bigfoot or anything to do with like ghosts or shit like that.
But one of the earliest found footage things is the alien autopsy from Roswell.
Oh yeah,
that was one of the, you know, it was not, but it had the same effect that you want from a found footage film, because there's something taking it from the perspective of your character to perspective of something else, of like TV or video or something like that, that makes you somehow feel more reality, like you truly are watching something. Almost like there's a little thing that turns in our brain when we see something that looks almost like a TV that we're somehow, you know, more akin to believing it's reality. I mean, you look at 90% of programming, it's reality television. So, yeah.
Fucking hate reality TV.
Me too.
I love it.
That's the downfall of society in the
Like I
past
said, the
30
only
years.
main one I used to watch all the time is Cops.
Bad Girls Club. Oh,
Cops in the real
Exactly.
world destroyed television.
That
But
were the
they were
beginnings.
fun.
And then
I think
Those two were
that's what
fun.
made everybody glorify rich
Yeah.
people, and like nobody else is like lifestyles of rich and famous. Like
people are going.
essentially that show is why he's president. That's what kicked it all off.
People might not agree, might hate what I'm about to say and everything, because there's a lot of people who love reality TV, but I hate with a passion Big Brother and Survivor.
Oh, two of the many culprits of the downfall of society.
I hate
I
those
will
shows.
say that, you know, there is some reality television that is slightly entertaining, partially because of its repetition. But I think for me, the height of reality television was with Robert Stack, Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh yeah,
That
okay.
was awesome.
But to me, that wasn't reality TV. Like Cops is reality TV. Unsolved Mysteries was still reenactments.
Yeah.
Which most of
that
what
felt
we're
more
watching
documentary
is
style.
not reality. It can't be. You can't maintain the kind of stuff.
But that
yeah.
was the thing. He even said
Yeah.
it. He was like, you know, fact or fiction, stuff like that.
Oh, I like that show too.
You can, you can claim that's reality, but to me, that's more conspiracy driven. That was more like the documentary. Like even Alien Abduction, you know, does fund under the found footage, but it also fits under, you know, just Alien Abduction, which is its own genre on its own right.
For reality, what about like the food shows, like the competition more so?
Honestly, like the food shows have been around forever. You know, because again, like those are more educational. Well, not all of them, not now. They've been reality-ified, but like there are ones that still exist within the framework of the Julia Childs era and stuff like that, where it's a weekly, like we're teaching you something. Like Mr. Rogers was not reality TV, and to claim like something like Unsolved Mysteries or this, that, and the other, like I think those fit under the framework of entertainment television. Whereas reality TV fits under the framework of fucking brain rot. And I disagree with you on this wholeheartedly. I disagree with you, Trevor, on this as much as I disagree with Festival of the Living Dead.
So
this reality TV, there is no, and I will passionately state this, there is no redeeming qualities about reality TV whatsoever. Sure, you might be entertained. Sure, it might be mindless. Sure, it might be fun. Sure, it might introduce you to some fun characters. It is mindless brain rot that offers no educational value or purpose whatsoever. It is terrible writing, and I have seen very good, well-written shows week in and week out. Community, 30 Rock, Arrested Development, all of the shows like that built on that did not do well because they were bogged down by the disgustingness of reality TV showing up, which is, I again will say it, the downfall of our society today. We have a reality TV star in office. You know, so like and we have reality TV stars left and right. It's, you know, it's so I will say, you guys go on, watch it. Whoever's out there, watch it, have fun. But it is brain rot. It is adding no value to your lives whatsoever. And the only advice I would give to any of you is stop watching reality TV right now and read a book. That's the only thing I will say. Because
you do both.
You can have fun with it, but you are not adding anything to yourself by watching.
And literally, reality TV is as scripted as wrestling.
Exactly.
To be honest, and that's why I said about Unsolved Mysteries, because at least it flat out said, "Oh, we're going to recreate this. We're going to do this, but it's going to be more like reality." And at this point in reality television, what has made so much money, there's no way it cannot be scripted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even to that, where Cops doesn't fit this framework, because again, my father was a cop in the 80s and 90s. He always told me, so I don't know if it's true or not, but like that he was asked to be on Cops and he refused to because you never act right on Cops, you know, and like who knows what that means now. But Versus then. But for me, I look at Unsolved Mysteries. I look at what was the other one? Most Wanted. America's Most Wanted. They offered something. America's Most Wanted got people captured, arrested, and captured. Unsolved Mysteries taught me, I know for sure, kids can get kidnapped. What to look out for, things like that, and the strange and the creepiness. So there's an inherent value in some way. I have never ever seen, and to a point that I talked about earlier, and to bring it full circle with Sturdy earlier in the lab when we were talking, Dave Chappelle put it best and summed up reality TV perfectly when he did The Real World Nork, and how brain rot and terrible it is, and that nothing of value is there. So read a book, please. That's all I say. Listen to LeVar Burton and read a book.
Or listen to an audiobook if you can't read.
Fine. Listen to it. It's fine. I don't give a shit.
Stay away from the Bad Girls Club, Aaron.
I'm not going to stay away from the Bad Girls.
You do what you want, but
I'm a very well-balanced human being. That's how I get my anger out, the nonsense out. I watch them doing a bunch of crazy shit, and it keeps me calm.
I can't. It's all scripted. That's the only. I think it feels really, really reality.
It's not even reality.
I know exactly. If it was reality,
it's a reality that people who have money want you to think you want reality to be.
Yeah. Even Survivor, like the people lose a challenge and they're starving. There's cameraman right behind them eating sandwiches and shit. You think you're not going to go at least steal a sandwich from them, or their cameraman's going to give them one because they feel sorry for them? Come on, get out of here. You're not going to let someone starve in front of your eyes.
The cameras,
they probably will.
The cameras do turn off.
They're also vicious assholes too.
But
Aaron's other favorite, Naked and Afraid.
I've never seen that before.
If they put two female and a male naked into the woods, and they got to get to another destination by like 3 days or some shit. I don't know why they got to be naked, but
because it's fucking
it is stupid.
Because
I watched like
stupid.
2 episodes of it. I was like, nah, I can't watch this. This shit.
And what makes that show even crazier though is like you're putting it on regular TV, so even if you want to be a pervert, you're not seeing anything.
You're not seeing anything. No.
I'm just watching Blurred and Afraid. I'm watching Blurred and Afraid.
When I was in college, so this is like, I don't know how much.
You tried to get on Naked and Afraid?
No, it's almost 20 years ago. I watched a show with my friends back in my drinking days, my heavy drinking days. And it was very late at night. It was called Man Tracker. And it was where it was basically a dude out in the Yukon whose whole job is to track people for a living, lost in the wilderness, and he's good at it.
Huh.
They would send 2 people who challenged them. They could be a team, and they would go out in the Yukon and try and get to a certain point in a certain amount of time before getting caught. That was the only reality show I could say I really watched and was like, you know what? I can dig this.
To do it.
How you think?
But I would never watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now.
I was about to ask you that.
Just when I was drunk in college.
Because you think back now, you're like, wait a minute, that shit was scripted too.
Sorry, if I can talk people.
My worst one I hate the most.
I couldn't tell anybody how to vote,
Shore.
but I can tell you.
I cannot stand Jersey Shore.
I don't think I've ever actually watched.
Sorry, Mick. I know you're Jersey.
We got to end. No, do not say it. One of them's from fucking Jersey. I don't even want
from Jersey. Not
that's what I really get.
I'm right. I can't do another
that's
hour.
What got to him. This is his real hate for Jersey. He couldn't get on Jersey Shore season 2, and he's upset about it.
No. I will not. I will let you call me a lot of things. I will let you insinuate.
Oh, Mick, Halloween.
I fucking hate reality. I would tank interviews to reality TV shows or go drunk because I didn't want the job.
I'd hire you.
My brain would not let me. My brain was like, go
Mick,
drink
Halloween.
all night and then go to this. So
you got a spray tan.
I hate reality TV, and I'm going to tell you right now, there is no show in reality TV that I fucking hate more than Jersey Shore. One of them is from Jersey, and she's the most normal one. That's saying so. And she is back now, but she didn't come back for the longest time because she was like, "This is absurd." Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's the only one that's.
We gotta watch J. Wow's horror movie though, James. I just remember that.
I think I did.
Like, I'll support
I think we did.
filmmakers and such. I don't care about that.
Did
but
we?
like that show was such
I hated
fucking
it, too.
bullshit. And it turned to Jersey Shore. You know, I all right. Here's my plea. Can we go after them? Like, we're going after everybody else. I think they were a bigger I'm pretty sure they beat The Apprentice in the ratings quite a few times.
Yeah, it's wild.
So you do with that what you will. Oh, you do with that what you will. Remember, they're in America somewhere. Go get them.
No, we didn't watch it yet, James.
Oh, okay.
I hate that show.
I can't.
So fucking much.
But for Halloween, you need to get a spray tan. You got to dress up.
I'm not doing that. I'm not
You
doing
gotta
that.
do the
I'm
fist
not
bump.
doing that bullshit. I don't know. Jaeger bombs. Look,
What was their
look at my
saying,
new
Aaron? You
haircut.
know it. What is it? Laundry gym or what the fuck did I say?
Jim Tan Laundry, James.
There you
I don't
go.
have the tan.
I hate that shit.
Yeah. Just like every boy that lives in
sorry,
his mom
Mick,
and
for
dad's
bringing
house
that up,
until they get
'cause
a
now
hit
I'm getting
reality
angry,
TV
too.
show.
This right here.
Hate that show. Oh, okay. Wait, did I? No, okay, maybe I didn't see that one.
Nah, I want to check it out though.
Yeah, Jay Wow's movie.
I want to
That's
check it
another
out.
thing. You become like famous from a reality. Now you're a director and shit. You can go fucking make movies.
I mean,
that's
but
fine.
at the same time, though, what if it's someone, it's just like, hey, I got on this show. I've been on the show for a few years. I love movies. I always wanted to do this. Now I got this money and this kind of backing and a fan base.
Yeah. The thing I hate though is
Well,
like
if it's better than the
kids.
Gracefield Incident, you've got it going.
Hey, listen.
when you have rich
It's
parents,
not
famous
shooting
parents,
too
and the
hot.
kids are automatically in because they know because of the parents. They didn't
To
have
an
to
extent.
work to get their movie or music, recognized. I hate
It had
that.
to be, but the thing I'll say the thing with music though, James, like yeah, you can know who you know and this, that, and the third, but then once it goes to the people still have to like it. And if you
I'm
sound
not
like
even
Silk the
gonna
Shock
talk
on the
about
microphone, your career is not going to be very long, no matter how much Master P backs you.
I mean, Roman Polanski, his career kept
Well,
going.
that's different.
So, like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Consequences for rich people?
me?
No. I'm saying Silk the Shocker. No.
I'm
No.
literally
What
starting
I'm
a
saying, no, I
daily
said with
tracker
music. I said because Silk the Shocker, he's he made
Oh my
like what,
God,
3
Silk
albums?
the Shocker. I haven't
He made
heard
like
that
what, 3
name in
albums?
like 10 years.
Probably more. Trevor, I think you're being very kind. This was like early 2000s, late
Yeah,
90s,
Yeah.
real
What's that
early
song?
2000s. I don't know. I don't remember.
I know
Was
it.
it on
Good.
No Limit Records?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Is it
Wow,
like
that's
Shake
taking
Your
it back.
Ass?
No, that's Mystical.
Oh fuck, you're
Oh,
right.
God, I haven't thought about him either.
Remember,
You're going
have
to
to
give me
shake
all
your
kind
ass
of
and
Master P nightmares. So
Well, I don't want him dreaming about R. Kelly, so we're gonna get on out of here, people. Listen,
Master
make sure you go
PP.
check out the Scene Snobs, Ambassador Media.
go get your passports. Go get your
Yeah, get your
shots.
passports
And
and your shots.
also, life advice, best life advice I could ever give you is do not get a massage at the Massage Envy in Winchester.
And
Okay.
always pee before you go to bed.
Yes, I agree with that one, 100%.
True.
Especially when you're older, if you're after 40, you better pee before
the,
you go to
the lower half of the screen understands that better.
Just
than
in,
I
I said in general,
Right.
not even with an age thing.
Because
Because like even just that part where you get into bed, you're at that perfect comfort, and then boom, gotta pee.
Yeah, but a lot of
Always
people
gotta
under
do it
40 can hold
Always
it
before.
all night. Like I used to be able to get that little feeling and
Yeah,
go,
that's
go
not
back to
healthy,
sleep.
James.
I
We're
can't
not
do that.
we're not
I get that little feeling 70 times a night.
we're not telling people to hold that in.
Oh.
You got to go release that. Get that out of your bladder.
Have a good one, Granddad, and thank you
we
for
went
joining.
from found
Yes.
footage to overactive or underactive prostates.
Yeah.
Healthy,
Quite
bud.
a
Well, fairness, it took a while to get there. We did talk about
Well,
reality
yeah,
TV.
true. And thank you for
I'm
letting
ready to go
me
to bed.
show
Of
my
course.
rage to this
Yeah.
film. So
It's good
Love
to
it.
get it out. It's good to get it
Yeah,
out in a healthy
absolutely.
way.
yeah.
But again, check out the Scene Snob, check out Ambassador Media, check out Popcorn and